Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. So we're on episode 21 of Seraph of the End. It's just the 4-episode warning for the anime season. Oh my god. So nothing big happened last time. Nothing crazy. It's just you might be dead. Guren's been kidnapped by Crowley. And Mika has shown up at the worst possible time. So nothing bad. I'm so worried. I'm so worried about this episode because, yeah, we've got 4 episodes left of this season. I am going to read the manga afterwards, right? I am going to read the manga afterwards. I have a Viz subscription, so I'm going to map out. I have a Viz subscription, so I can read chapter by chapter of Seraph of the End because it's ongoing. So I'm going to map out exactly how many chapters go with what volumes, and we're going to pick up from there. But, oh my god. So, yeah. How about that? How about that? I am a bit terrified because the ending of the last episode was like all the worst things happening. We think Yu's dead. Yu's not dead, but him and his demon are about to have a heart-to-heart, I'm sure. Guren, we don't know about Guren. Shinya's still shady. Fun times. And then also, I want to make note that it was notified to me about name meanings. Shinya means, I was looking up Shinya. I didn't mean to look up the name meaning for Shinya, but again, this is adding to it's either a big tip-off that he is shady or it's proof that he's not shady. But I was looking up like a Japanese name meaning for something the other day, and Shinya popped up, and it said Shinya meaning genuine. And I was like, oh, so either Shinya is genuinely who he says he is and he's not a traitor, or he's the traitor and the name is just like total opposites, right? So I don't know. At this point, I don't know who the traitor is that's giving the vampires information. Ferret is clearly the one giving vampire information to the humans, so we know who's the traitor is on that side, but Mika's shown up at the worst time. Yu's in a bad place. Mika's probably going to think it's all of Mitsuba Squad's fault that he's like this. I'm hoping Shinoa can talk some sense into him if that's the case. And then Crowley has Guren. So this whole series, it's been like just like a slow build, and then this just ramped up real quick the last 2 episodes. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do week to week. I may binge this last part. I don't know, but I don't want to. So, But yeah, everything's fine. This will be a pretty nonchalant episode. No big deal. No problem. I'm at the end of I've been watching this on the Blu-ray. So I actually went out because Funimation was lagging so much, and I bought the Blu-ray to Seraph of the End because it also had the OVAs on it, which I wanted that too. But knowing this is the last episode on the disc. So fun times. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. Pretty excited, but we shall see, right? So let's not waste any more time. I'm so excited to watch this. I couldn't wait a full week. I was like, that's not going to work. So we are going to start Seraph of the End, episode 21, and just see how all this shakes out, right? And we're going to start that here in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. What was this episode? Yeah, it's just like the roller coaster's going whoosh. It's just, we're on the 3rd curve at this point. Oh my gosh, this episode. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way, y'all. I can't wait a week. I did honestly, at the end of episode 20, I was like, I can't wait a week. I wanted to watch it like the next day, and then I wasn't able to. And so I took like 4 days off. So it's been almost a week, but not quite. But I don't know if I can after this. I'm like, this episode, there's so much. I'm very curious. If Shinya's not the traitor, then he knows something's up. He knows that there's something going on, right? Something is happening, right? I don't know at this point. At this point, I want to just like throw the whole traitor thing out the window for a moment and not even worry about it, because I feel like it's going to come out in the wash. Ferret is Ferret, like I said before the reaction, he's clearly the vampire traitor, but man, Shinoa girl and the squad being like, we take care of our own, and Yu loves you, Mika, so like when Yoichi was like, Mika-chan, when he said Mika-chan, I was like, oh my god, are you kidding, Yoichi, you cinnamon bun? Are you joking? When he was like, Mika-chan, we're family, and I'm like, oh, and I was wondering how in the world is Mika going to get to the point where he realizes that the Mitsuba squad, that Shinoa and them are not using Yu. How is he going to get to that point? How is this going to happen? Well, the answer to that question is that he's going to see Shinoa and them defend him and let him go off with Mika, with you. And that's how Mika's going to know that they're okay, that these people are all right. But we've just set up this whole big old scenario. Like, this is going to be like this massive, we got 3 episodes left. It's going to be this ridiculous battle. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be this horrific battle between all of them. And because it's not only the vampires and the nobles that are coming down to face them, it's not only that, but it's Coretto and the experiment and all them showing up. They're going to show up at the same time. It's going to be this big old mess. And meanwhile, you and Mika are going to be casually off talking and doing something to prepare. I feel like whatever is going to happen, you and Mika are going to take care of it over on this side of things, while Coretto and the vampires and Cruel and everything comes crashing down over here. And then you and Mika are going to show back up over here. And something by the end of this season is either going to get resolved or it's going to end in a cliffhanger. And then we'll have to pick it up from the manga. So one of 2 things is probably going to happen. That's probably going to be the case, right? I don't see this entire incident. I don't see the Battle of Nagoya ending without you and Mika's involvement. But you and Mika are in really... Mika got slashed and cut and stabbed. We've already established he's having trouble. He's on low blood anyway. How we doing this? And then Mika is pretty much dead. So what? But man, traitorous allies. That goes in a variety of directions in this episode. It goes in a variety of directions because you have the traitorous ally of you with his demon, with Azurimaru. You have Shinoa and the Mitsuba squad teaming up to help Mika. You have Mika saving you. You have Shinya, something's weird with Shinya, and we'll get back to that. And Gurren City had a plan to escape. I was like, was he just saying that to get Mika to leave? But so there's the whole thing that was on the Hiragi guy's face is on Yu's face now, just on the opposite side. And Azurimaru is like, just when I thought you gave up on revenge, now you obsess over family, like your desires, and he just wants power. And Azurimaru is like, you want power that bad? I mean, yeah, I guess I'll help you if you let me take you over. But man, okay. Give me your power, Azurimaru. So this whole thing with the angels is creepy as hell. Very creepy. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. We established that the demons feed on your desire, right? So whatever your lust is, your desire, that's what the demons feed off of. So Azurimaru's like, sure, if you lust for power, that's great. I'll feed off it. But you're dead, so we can't really do much about that. And so normally he's like, that pill you took was a mistake. Yeah, so this is interesting, right? I want to get back here and take a screenshot of that image because that's really good. The look between Azurimaru and you is really good there. But yeah, the pill you took was a mistake. Yeah, he took 2. And then they say the pill represses your desire and puts the curse into overdrive. So it's like, that's a weird conundrum. Right? Because when they gave him the pills originally, they said this was going to like push the boundary between the demon taking control. Okay. And so, interesting. So Azurimaru says the pill represses your desire. So it keeps the demon, it puts the curse of you taking on the demon, it puts it in overdrive, but it at the same time keeps the demon from taking over. So it's this constant like tension for 10 minutes, right? And then Azurimaru's like, that paradox is not going to work. You can't just take a pill and gain power without paying the price. So yeah, your body just kaput. And so then that's when Azurimaru's like, he's like, what should I do? What do I need to become stronger? And Azurimaru's like, it doesn't matter now. You're dead. You've died. Too late. And he's like, wait, what? And yeah, Azurimaru's like, you died instantly. Your organs and heart ruptured because of that pill. So, but then Azurimaru's like, I can repair you if, even with my regenerative capability, I couldn't repair it. It's completely over. But then he ends up getting regenerated. So he says, is this the afterworld? And Azurimaru's like, no. That might have been better. Yeah, no. You're like in a purgatory. The afterworld is probably better. You did die, but you're not dead. You're in limbo because of the angel powers, because you have that angel in you, that 10%. And God, it's creepy. This part here says that those disturbing angels are forcibly keeping you alive. So the 10% of him that's like angel or whatever is keeping him from dying completely. It's keeping him in this limbo state for now. But yeah, that whole thing with the trumpet, the fudge, that's creepy as hell. And he's instantly drawn to it. He's like, I don't know, it looks like a trumpet. And he's instantly drawn to it. Oh my God. And Juramaru's like, no, that thing is no good. You shouldn't go for it. And then this line, angels are worse than demons. You know, if you read like the actual biblical description of angels, they're terrifying and do not look human at all. They look otherworldly and it's disturbingly horrifying. But I like the twist here that the demon's like, those things are worse than me. You don't want that. And we saw from the past what ended up happening. Your heart's beating again, so even I can repair it from here. Okay, so his heart, so the angels kept him from dying. The angel part of him kept him alive and started his heart back up. So he's like, okay, good. I can repair you from here. We can override the pill. We can go for it. That's okay. So that would explain why if he wakes up with Mika, he'll be okay, because as Urameru's been repairing his heart. Okay. And he's like, I want that. And he's like, oh, and Urameru's like, it's better to accept me than that. I can fix you. And he's just drawn to it. He's like, that's unnecessary. I want that. Oh my God. And Urameru's like, is there no way to return him to his own self? Interesting. So that's curious. Is there no way to return him to his own self? Like without the demon or the angel, perhaps? That's, oh my God. And then Urameru is amped on him not getting the angel part. Like, nope, not gonna have it. I said don't go for it. Oh, then give me your power. And Urameru's like, fine, yes, I will. You're such a greedy human. I've already given it to you like you asked. So you've got 2 to 3 minutes before the 3 pills are still in effect. You've got 2 to 3 minutes before becoming a demon. But good to know that Kimazuki's power suppresses that and stops that. So fun times. Good to know that Kimazuki's chain chomp can do that. Can repress the demon in him if he gets chain chomped. Good to know. But yeah, I like that he wakes up and everybody's like, oh my God, you're alive. And he's like, okay, bye. And then pieces out to go get Gurren because he's like, I've got to go save him. And everybody else is like terrified that, and like, oh, and Shino was about to cry. Shinyu's the only one that looks like, interesting. He's like, I'll be back in a few. God, oh my gosh. And then this whole scene they're like, what do we do? And I love how everything's distorted, like his vision is distorted and it's blurry because he's just like an overdrive, like he's on this high. Oh my God. So at this point, they're just beating the snot out of Gurren and asking him how he gained powers like that, and Gurren's not talking. Interesting. And he's like, nah, a goddess gave it to me. And that's like referring back to Shinoa's sister, right? Shinoa's sister, because that's the demon in his sword. A goddess. So maybe he did love her. Interesting. And I like that Chess is like, I'll carefully ask. And they've like stabbed him and everything. And then Crowley notices that Yu's coming. And here's the thing. Even with the demon powers and everything, and like on the brink, Crowley still has the upper hand in all of this. Crowley was still totally okay. Like up until the point where the demon was starting to take over, Crowley was completely in control of the situation. So I don't think Crowley's going to die in this season. I really thought when we first met him back in episode 8, I was like, oh, Crowley's not going to make it. He's going to be like dead by the end of this season. I don't think he is. I think he's going to live longer. Interesting. I like that there is a noticeable difference that the one elder, the progenitors have like the spikes coming through the sword that drink the blood, and Mika has the thorny vines, like the rose vines. Interesting. I don't know if that's because he was a human or if it's from maybe cruel. I don't understand what the reason is other than it being aesthetically prettier. But yeah. Oh my God. And so yeah, the demon taking over. And I like that Gurren tries to tell, Gurren saves you and tells him to stop because Gurren has seen this happen with Shinoa's sister. And so I'm wondering if Shinoa's sister was in the same position as you, was in love with Gurren, and so she kept asking for more power to help save Gurren, and Gurren's like, stop. And so Gurren's seen this happen before, and so he tries to get you to stop asking for more power, and of course Azurimaru, because Azurimaru's a demon, is like, sure, I'll give you more power. We're back to the way things were now. Those angels are all long gone. Good thing. Yeah, I'll turn you into a demon, sure. And like Gurren said, they just feed on their desire. So the pills at this point, it's reached its max, and he's about to be taken over by the demon. And livestock is the trigger word. If you want use trigger word, it's livestock. And Crowley realizes it, and he keeps saying it just to taunt him. And the marking on his face gets bigger and bigger. And I love the close-up of his eyes. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. But yeah, so he like starts turning into demon, has a big horn growing out of him, and like Crowley licks his lips like, oh, interesting. What are we doing here? What is this? So, oh my gosh. Like, so I'm curious to know what they're going to tell Farid and the others about these demons taking over. But even Chess has little horns growing out of her head. So the demons and the swords and the vampires are related somehow. They're related somehow. Somehow in all of this, there's a connection there, right? Oh. But yeah, I love that where Azurimaru's like, just, they repeat more, and becoming a demon. And then at the same time, and Gurren's like, oh shit. And they're like, what? At the same time, we see Mika later on do the whole more thing about drinking his blood to try to rescue you. So, But then, yeah, Azurimaru taking him over. Oh my gosh. And the teeth are like vampires too. And they call him a vampire, but their teeth and stuff is the same. So, what? What are we doing? I just, take a picture of that look. It's not quite as disturbing as the angels, though. I'll say this. Even Demon U is not as disturbing as the angels. I like that Kimazuki's power is dependent upon the countdown. And I like that Curly's like, what is that? What is that thing? I like that it like distracts them. But Kimazuki's power has like one major drawback. You have to literally wait 10 seconds for it to work, right? If you don't wait 10 seconds or if you stop it within 10 seconds, it's null. But Curly's just like, I want to see what happens. Like, I can see more curiosity. And Gurren's like, oh. And then, yeah, it's like, don't get in my way, Kimazuki. I'm going to kill him. And this is interesting. So Yu is still coherent and talking, even though the demon is taking control of him and still says Kimazuki's name and everything. So that's interesting. So he hadn't been totally taken over yet. And Kimazuki's like, oh, shit. There's a giant horn coming out of your head. That's a problem. I want to get to see what this thing looks like. It looked like Chain Chomp from Mario. And then like Curly's like, hey, wait a minute. We need him. Nine, you're mine. Oh, and it's this giant Chain Chomp. I kind of love it. I love its design. That's amazing. I want to take a picture of that too. That's amazing. Wow. About that. And then Kimazuki's like, yoink, got my coffin, peacing out. I love the aesthetic of Kimazuki having like the coffin, and it's kind of like a goth thing, but he's got the pink hair. I kind of like it, but he has like a punk look. And then Gurren's like, this is my last order, escape without dying. But he told you he had a plan. Gurren had a plan. Probably shouldn't have said that in front of all the other vampires, but whatevs. And then Kimazuki's like, okay, it was a success. So I guess his demon kind of nullifies the other demon or sucks out whatever it is that was making you a demon there, because he basically grabs him. He's like, I'll explain later as we go. Good. I'm glad they decided to run off. And then Shinoa's like, what was that? Kisekio's ability. Someone who hears the 9 counts are forced into containment for a few seconds. So it like basically suppressed the demon back. Okay. And so yeah, and then Shinya's like, let's go. I find it curious that Shinya did not go in with Gurren. I guess because Shinya would have been emotionally compromised. I think if Shinya had gone in with Gurren, he would have hesitated because if he saw Gurren was being hurt, he would have hesitated and they wouldn't have been able to get out to go to the reinforcements, to go to the others. So that is curious that Shinya didn't join them. But on the other hand, if Shinya had saw something with Gurren he didn't want to see, it makes sense why he didn't go in that moment, because he would have been emotionally compromised. I mean, their job was to get you and get out of there, right? And getting distracted by Gurren would have caused a whole mess of problems. And so I like Narumi. He's like, we're heading to the rendezvous point without losing anybody. Funny last words. No, I can't believe Kageyama and Yayoi are dead. What? I can't believe they just stabbed Kageyama and Yayoi. Like, just Endo. They're like gone. And then, of course, it starts snowing. Of course it does. Why are we surprised? But, oh man, Mika's whole resolve here, though. And they see just the one vampire. And they're like, it's just one, we can kill him, as the choppers are heading in. Okay, so we say Lord Krull will arrive soon at Crowley Oosford's. So there's a guy with a top hat. There's Ferret, of course. There's a lady. There's 8 of them all together with Krull. And Krull gets the first class throne because she's a boss bitch, right? She's like, okay. I love that she just seems so bored. Krull's just like, oh, God, why? I love her design, though. And I love that she looks over at Ferret, and Ferret's just like, Ferret's such a freaking diva. I cannot. But Ferret just sitting there with his, like, hands on his knees, like, just, hey, Krull, we're almost there. Isn't this fun? God, I've missed him. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I don't like Ferret at all. But there's just something about diva characters in shows that I'm not attracted to in real life divas, but in my fictional stories, there's just something about a diva character that I'm like, yes, you over-the-top eccentric being that is probably evil. I'm all about it. I'm just all about it. I blame Labyrinth. David Bowie and Labyrinth maybe gave me that that endearing attraction to over-the-top eccentric antagonists. Okay, he says this isn't the Lycus group, it's the Kyoto group. And he's like, I need to finish this before they come. So basically, Mika's picked up on the fact that it's Ferret and Krull. I need to get you and get out of here before they show up. Because if they see me, I'm not going to be able to get out with Mika. Or with you. That's not going to work. So, and then he sees all of them headed that way. And it's like, you feel for Mika because he just wants to get to his friend Yu and take him away. He thinks that they're trying to hurt him. And he's like, oh, it's just one. Shinya's like, it's one, we can kill a noble. Everybody keep moving. But he and the thing of it is, he's not trying to kill the troops when he goes to get you. He's knocking them aside and moving past them, but he's not actively trying to kill them. He just wants to get to you. And he sees them in the back. And he's like, oh my gosh. He's like, you all have hurt him. Oh, I love that shot of him, though, with his hair down. This whole scene here, there's some great shots. You're going to give me back you, humans. And him calling them humans, like he doesn't consider himself human anymore. He considers himself a vampire, or not even a vampire, but he wants you back because he cares about you. And then we get the flashback of them going. We go back to that same thing, that same scene, like if you could get out of here, what would you do? And it's that same scene that they keep tying back to. But we see from Mika's perspective, what's so cool about this is that we actually see in this perspective, like all the kids and you being like, Mika, come on, we're all family, we're all friends. And then Mika sees that at the end with Mitsuba and all of them. It's like, it's so good. But I felt so bad for Mika. And then we see him like getting slashed. Oh, he's like, I'm coming right now. He's like, I wasn't able to save you before, but now, or I was able to save you before, I'm going to save you again. And then, yeah, he just goes past him. He, like, makes the wave. It's so sad. It's so sad because I didn't want Mika getting hurt. And I didn't want anybody getting hurt in this. And just seeing him getting slashed and cut over and over again. And Shinoa, girl, she pulled in double duty in this. And even Mika, he got past Goshi's Goshi's illusion of like his legs literally melting, like him saying he needed a spanking. It's like because he knows Mika looks young, but like his legs melting. But he's like, it's an illusion. It's not real. Push past it. Ugh. That was some like straight up Spirited Away style of animation of it just melting. It felt very Studio Ghibli for a second. But like the snow coming down, and he's like, keep moving forward. And he got past the illusion. And Goshi's like, are you serious? And the thing of it is, I think his illusion often works with the vampires because the vampires don't care about one another. They don't want their kind repopulating. They don't want more of their kind than necessary. They don't care for one another. It's just for the sake of keeping their race alive. But there's not really this compassion between them like what you and Mika have. So, oh my gosh. And then he like cuts down Sayuri's sword. Shigure gets him with the knives. And Mito gets him. He just gets the snot beat out of him. They're going to kill him. Oh, it's so sad. And then Shinoa rescues him. But he keeps pushing past because he sees you injured. And it's Akutagawa's voice actor. That's the thing, too. Akutagawa's voice actor being this compassionate. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? But yeah, it's just like a one-man army just filing past everybody to get to the man he loves. Ugh. My heart. Who is he? And then Shinoa recognizes him. She's like, wait a minute. That's Yu's family. Yep. And they're like, what? Oh my gosh. And Shinoa's like, and so Shinoa knows like that he cares a lot about you. She knows Mika is not going to hurt you. She knows that. She knows that he loves you and he's not going to stop and he's not going to hurt him. But man, he just gets nicked and cut and stabbed and impaled. Oh, our boy. And he just keeps thinking of you. Oh, I hate watching this scene again. It's like, no, I don't want to see it over again. Nope. And he's like, give me back you. Oh. And Mitsuba, he knocks Mitsuba aside. And Shinoa is like, she says, Mikaela, wait, we're yous. And he's like, leave me alone, shut up. And even Kimazuki tries to stop. Oh, and he just headbutts Kimazuki. To be fair, that was really the only option you had with him. Just headbutt him and go. Oh, and him cradling you. Oh my gosh. And that soft expression when he looks down at you and finally has him. Oh, this Romeo and Juliet story for the ages. He said, let's go, you. And then Yoichi being like, I won't let you. Kill me if you want, but if you're Yu's family, we're your family too. And he's like, what are you talking about? What? And he's like, what? He's like, Mika-chan. And then Mika's like, I don't know you. Don't call me Mika-chan. Although that's the most precious thing in the world. Oh my God, I can't. I need a picture of his face of wanting to believe them. He's like, that's nonsense. And he goes to kill Yoichi. It took me a second because for a second I thought it was like the edge of Shinoa's scythe, like stabbing him. And I was like, wait, what? But no, it was Shinya. Like he was going to kill Yoichi. And then Shinya says, good job, Yoichi. Die, vampire. And Yoichi wasn't trying to catch him. But then, Shinoa saves him. But he got stabbed like all over. I love that shot of Shinoa just standing up with the blazing scythe like, nope, can't let you die. You'd be really upset if we let you die. He'd be more upset. Because she's like, yeah, Mika's like, what are you doing? And she says, if you die, we'll get in trouble with you. No, you're the person you cares about the most. And she says it in like her sing-song voice. So just take him and run away. And everybody's like, oh. Mika's like, are you serious? What are you thinking? We're going to kill you along with them. And Shinya says, crap. Like, why is this happening? I love that the squad is there to protect Mika. I love it. God, I love that. Yep. The squad being there, being like, you guys, and they're not going to let Shinoa down. Yeah, no. I love Kimazuki's like, damn it. Are you kidding me? We have no choice since we're family. And we decided our tactic would be to defend our friends. And Mika's like, what? I love it because at this moment, Mika realizes that, okay, there are some humans that you can trust. So that gives me hope that no matter what the outcome of all of this is, that you is able to go back to the squad and Mika can trust you with them. But I don't know how this is going down from here. Like, I can, if they, at this point, Shinoa and them have betrayed basically the whole army there. So Corretto would probably kill them all. So how is this gonna, but Corretto may be dead by the end of this season because with this battle, whatever's gonna happen. So interesting. And Narumi's squad maybe, all the people here in this battle may be dead by the end of it except Mitsuba's squad. We don't know. And she's like, fine, everybody, we're gonna defend him so that we can let you and Mika get out. I love that Mika doesn't understand. He's like, friends. In a world like this, Nakama doesn't exist. And that's when he has the flashback to you saying, hey, Mika, come over here and help play with the kids. Like, there could be friendship in this world. Brother Mika. Mika, hurry up. Yeah. Oh, and him clutching you close to him. That's going to be the thumbnail. Is going to be him holding Mika and Mika holding you in his arms. Oh my God. That just, he says, he's so conflicted. And Shinoa's like, get out of here. Quick, go hug him somewhere else. We'll head to the airport after we clear things up and join us there. And he's like, join you? Mika's like, who join you? And she's like, okay, then just shut up. She's like, if you don't want to come help us, fine. Then get out of here. We're going to go ahead and trust you, so I'm counting on you. Like, don't make us, we're doing this to let you escape, so don't make us regret it, right? Now go. Take him and go. Because, yeah, at this point, what do? If you try to fight Mika and you end up killing him, you will never forgive you. And if you don't, then they really had no choice. And I like that Shinoa's like, it'll be just a short farewell you if we're lucky, and we'll meet again. And then, oh God, that one guy's like, and he's going to kill Shinoa. And Shinya says, don't kill her. And Narumi's like, he gave you an order. He's like, she's got some explaining to do. We need to know what's going on. What's up with this vampire? Why'd you let him take off with you? But Shinya said not to kill her. Uh-huh. Huh. You've got some explaining to do. But here's the reason why Shinya told him not to kill her. He's like, we have no time. The enemy's reinforcements are here. Like, no, we need all the able bodies we can get because there's vampires coming in from above. So let's not kill each other when there's an enemy about to drop down on us and hurt us. No. Oh my gosh, y'all. What? What even? Yeah, about that. It's wild, y'all. This is just wild. And then, yeah. And then all these vampires start attacking. Shinoa saves Narumi. But then Endo gets, Yayoi gets sliced down. Like, gets her side cut. And then Kageyama gets hit. Like, he gets stabbed right through the heart. Oh my gosh. Like, just dropping like flies. And Narumi... And Shinya stops Narumi. He's like, we're dead meat if a noble comes. We're getting out of here and retreating. And yeah, they're like, we're getting out of here. And just as they say that, all of these vampires start dropping down. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they need to get out of there now. Because that's all the ones that were with Cruel, right? Yep. And meanwhile, Mika has lost a lot of blood. And he's carrying you. What the hell, y'all? What the hell? And just like leaving a trail of blood. Oh. So yeah. Oh, this episode, I'm on the one hand, I'm glad Gurren's not dead yet. Glad Gurren's not dead. Glad Yu's not dead. Glad Yu is not a demon at the moment. Now, whether he wakes up and tries to become a demon again in front of Mika, that's going to be interesting. Glad that our main squad ended up helping Mika take off with you. Glad we got, what I was afraid of happening was that you was going to be in a situation where, like he is now, where he was injured and Kimizuki was carrying him and Mika was going to freak out and Mika was going to be like, you're all traitors and you've been trying to hurt him this whole time, and was going to fight the Shinoa and Mitsuba squad. That was my fear, was that he was going to try to fight them and it was all going to be this big, ridiculous thing. But the way that they handled it works really well. And that whole, him just, you sacrificing, or Mika sacrificing himself to get to you. It's a love story for the ages. It's love, damn it. It's star-crossed Romeo and Juliet lovers. How could it not be? Just so good. So good. Really good, y'all. So yeah, that was this episode. This episode was so good, and it's just so hyped me up, and now I'm like, I need to know what's going to happen, and I need to start reading the manga. I need to start reading the manga. I want to start from the beginning. I'm going to start reading the manga, I think, at this point, because we have 3 episodes left. I'm going to start from the beginning, read the manga, take notes if anything was left out, and then that I remembered. And then we'll have 3 episodes and the rest of Seraph of the Endless. We have the rest of those little OVA things to watch. I was told to wait for the second half until after you're done with the second core. And so I'm going to start reading the manga. And then that way, whenever we're done with episode 24, we'll be able to do the rest of Seraph of the Endless, and I'll be able to start the manga and go from there. So I'm pretty excited. Yay. So yeah, I'm excited, y'all. I hope you all enjoyed this reaction discussion. I'm very curious to know your thoughts down below, but oh my God, this was wonderful. So yeah, I'm all hyped now. 3 episodes left, y'all. 3 episodes left to go, and it looks like it's going to be wild. So in the meantime, I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and yeah, I'll be back next week with episode 22 of Seraph of the End. Bye.